Hi.
Hi.
Do you have a minute to see me?
Yes, I do. Come in. Okay, so how are you doing today, Kristen?
Not so good. I mean, I'm okay, but I don't really feel well lately. So, I'm okay, I guess. How are
Okay.
you?
I'm doing good. Okay, so before we start, I do want to let you know that everything we talk about stays between these walls, unless I feel like you're harming yourself, someone is harming you, or you're going to harm someone else. I do have to let someone else know.
Okay.
Okay. So, say you've been feeling okay, why not good?
Well, I've been really stressed, to be honest. Nothing's really bad, per se. It's just I have a lot on my plate. I have full-time work. I'm a full-time mom, obviously. That's not a part-time gig. Um, and now I'm back in school, and it's just like, it's so much to juggle, and I feel really unhealthy, and my body just does not feel well, and I feel kind of unhappy, even though things aren't bad, and it's kind of weird for me.
So, you have all these things going on, so you feel unhappy because of the stress that you're feeling?
Yeah, the stress, and I feel unhealthy.
Okay.
So that, I think, kind of contributes to the way I feel.
When you say I feel unhealthy, is it unhealthy in what kind of way?
Well, first of all, I don't eat often throughout the day, and when I do, it's usually like, maybe it's fast food or something that's kind of quick on the go.
Okay.
Like I'm not eating fresh food right now. I feel like I'm eating anything that comes packaged that I can kind of like hang on to all day.
Grab and go?
Yeah, exactly. Like I would say like vending machine food,
Okay.
practically, just really unhealthy stuff.
So, have you always been feeling this way, or?
No, I mean, we always used to be really healthy, watch what we eat, super conscientious of like what we put in our body, but between my husband's schedule and my schedule, it's like we just kind of like eat when we can, where we can.
Okay.
And he's busy and I'm busy, and it's like, okay, yeah. And I drink a lot of coffee, and I know that's contributing to my stress. I know that's not good. It's a little bit unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk me through a day, but your whole full day, and as well as your meals that you're having throughout the day.
So, I don't know. My daughter's teething or having growth pains, but she wakes up like at either 1:30 or 4:30 in the morning. So even though I'm not necessarily out of bed, I am awake at those times, at least for the past month. So I'm not well rested. But our day typically begins like at 5:30. That's when I start to get up. My son wakes up by 6. So, I start to get their breakfast ready. I'll have my coffee, maybe a piece of toast, but mostly just coffee and water. Then I get by 7, I'm getting in the shower, getting ready. I'm here by 9. I stay here till 6, and then I'll stay and do homework for maybe like 30 minutes or something, but I gotta get home because the kids, they're restless without me. My husband's got dinner started sometimes, or he's picked something up on the way home. I hang out with the kids till like 7:30, read them books, play some activities or games or whatever. Get them in the shower. They're in bed by 8:30. My husband and I clean up whatever mess we've made in the kitchen. We try to kind of clean up the house as best as we can. We talk for like 30 minutes. I do homework. He watches TV or unwinds, however. And then I'm usually in bed by like 11, 11:30, and then we wake up and do it all over again. Monday through Friday.
Okay. And then that sounds like a really, really busy day.
Yeah, and Saturday and Sunday, it's kind of crazy, like, especially when my husband works, it's really hard to have like a game plan because the kids, like, They don't want to nap. They just want to hang out. They want to go to the beach and go on hikes and do all these things, which I love doing. But it's like, okay, honestly, during the weekends, I'll just drink so much coffee and water. And sometimes I'm like, wow, it's already 3 and I've only had, a granola bar and coffee. Like, I seriously forget to eat on the weekends. And it's so weird because, I'm obviously feeding the kids. I'm giving them their snacks and their fruit. And they have really, like, kind of pure taste buds.
Yeah.
And so we have the food at the house, but they just eat so much of it, and I pick out whatever's left. But I don't know, for some reason I just feel like I grab the unhealthy things all the time.
Okay. So being active is not a problem because you are very active throughout the week. You have this busy schedule. You're running around with the kids, doing different activities. So it's mostly just the eating part that is the
it's just
problem.
Like I've developed these poor taste buds, just, I don't know, like always reaching for something unhealthy these past few weeks. It's really strange. And I know that's contributing to how my body is feeling.
What do you think you can do instead of having those fast, microwave stuff? What do you think you can do to have like more healthy meals?
Set aside some serious time to prepare healthy meals, not just talk about it, but actually do it on a Sunday rather than trying to do it on a Monday. Maybe making it like a whole family thing where it's not just like, oh, I need time alone in the kitchen. Maybe we can all do it. And I think that'll help everyone out, and it'll become like a way of us having family time, but bonding, but also being healthy.
Okay.
So I think like a lot greater things could come of it. Instead of saying, oh, we're going to go eat at a restaurant on Sunday, because we usually do that after church, or we meet with family, or we go to someone's house. Maybe instead of that, we can say, or we could still do that, but say, okay, we have to be home by a certain time on Sunday because we're going to have our family meal prep time.
Got it. And let's say you try that, you kind of fall a little behind schedule and it doesn't work for you. What other options do you think we can do?
Well, I used to keep like trail mix and a couple of like pieces of fruit, like a couple of oranges at my desk. I don't know, like one day I just kind of stopped doing that, and I really haven't done it since, and I felt like that was a lot better to grab than, oh, I have $1, I'm gonna go get a bag of chips, or I'm gonna get some crackers. So I think keeping those healthier snacks on hand would help.
What other kind of food do you think will be kind of quick for you to prepare as well?
Maybe even like, I just need
Bless you.
Thank you. The pre-packaged salads, like instead of like, oh, I'm gonna buy, a hamburger. I could just, those aren't healthy, but it's probably still healthier than a hamburger. So, and we have a fridge at work, so maybe putting some food back in the fridge and keeping it here, so when I don't have time to run out, or if I do have to run out, I won't be tempted to buy fast food. Kind of eat before I go or something, because I do run a lot of errands on my lunch hour, or I do homework rather than actually eating.
Okay, so that sounds good. What about those mornings? Instead of having that coffee, what can you replace it with? Saying like, you know what, I don't have time to make breakfast, but I can grab something else.
That's true. So we usually keep stuff in the fridge for my son to have shakes, because he loves shakes, and my sister always makes them. So I think maybe saying I'll make the shakes before I go to work rather than a lunchtime snack, and like that I can kind of cut out the caffeine in the morning. So I think that would be helpful. we used to do that, but then my daughter couldn't have it, so then I would just tell my sister to make it for my son when she was asleep. But now that she's older, she can have it. So I think kind of getting back on track. Like, I think I'm kind of just stuck. Like, I got into the routine of having the little baby, but now she's big, so we can include her in all those foods. So I think that's a really good idea, actually.
And do you usually have dinner or you skip dinner?
Some nights I skip it because I'm so exhausted or because I'm so stressed. I literally don't want to eat. Like, I feel nauseous even thinking about eating. So I know I need to eat and not eat too late or not eat unhealthy too late. Because sometimes I'll get so hungry and I'm like, oh, I'll just go grab something or I'll eat something unhealthy, you know. So I think maybe using the crock pot more, because we went through a time where we used the crock pot and that was really helpful and everything's pretty good. So I think we need to just get back on track with that.
That sounds like really good ideas that you start, implementing.
Yeah, for sure.
So how about we try for a week, and then see how it goes, see if you can stay on track, or, if you're like, oh no, I'm too busy, I can't do it. And then next time we meet again, we can come up with different solutions or different ways we can still have those easy food to go, but healthy food.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right, is there anything else, Kristen?
No, I think that's about it. Thanks for listening to me, hearing me out.
That's what I'm here for.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right, Kristen. Well,
Bye.
thank you. Bye.